Good to see you guys, man. All the same.
Well, Fat, how does it feel to be back here?
It's good. Yeah, I've been back. I'm sorry, a few times periodically, but yeah, it feels good. We're a little bit of a rush in and out of town, so I can't stay long.
Okay, but just like being back in and being honored for something like this, Man of the Year. Like, what does it feel? I mean, coming on a year of not being here anymore, how does it feel to be honored by someone like this?
I thought it was Man of the Century.
Oh, maybe it is.
Okay. No.
Either way.
No, it obviously is a tremendous honor, and I think just from the standpoint of the time I spent here and all the wonderful memories that were made here, to come back and have a humbling experience like this, it's a very unique opportunity.
So what have you been up to?
Just trying to be cool and put food on the table every day, man. Not a whole lot. Just redoing a home, spending a lot of time with my family, getting sort of reacquainted with them, and kind of enjoying life for once.
What is that like to get more family time?
As you guys know, I mean, you're away a lot, just and covering sports, and being at my daughter's prom, and one of the things at Butler University, where my other daughter is, and seeing them is it's a great experience.
What was it like to watch this past basketball season? To be able to disengage a little bit and watch it as a fan instead of being involved?
You know what? It's a great question. I think the thing that I enjoyed the most was you could watch a basketball game, and when you're coaching, your mind is constantly saying, okay, if we play them, who's going to guard who's going to, what action was that, and all that stuff. And I think it was just so nice just to sit back and watch a basketball game. I don't honestly think I watched the whole game in its entirety. I just sort of flip around and go to bed and go right to sleep.
And to watch Keita have a season like he did, I know how involved you were with him and obviously his development. But what did it feel like for you to see Ohio State succeed and guys like Keita and Jay Sean that you know so well have the years they did?
Well, I was elated for them, and it was funny. I remember 2 years ago we were leaving the court after a summer workout, and I said to the coaches, I said, he's out of here. I said, he's a pro. And we got to go recruit somebody else because he won't make it another year, and then he breaks his leg. But, to see those guys have that type of year and just enjoying getting back to winning was probably the biggest thing.
That Chris had at least hinted that maybe throughout the year you and him had been in contact somewhat. Just what was your relationship, I guess, with Chris before you got here, and then how does that come about? Because that's sort of a unique situation to have that communication.
We obviously had great ties through John Gross, him being in Taylor. That's great. The whole Butler connection through Brad, through Brandon. When he and I talked about the job, I told him, I said, hey, it's a tremendous opportunity. I said, you're going to have an echo basketball team. I'm sure nobody knows me. And, I think that it's kind of unique because I'm rooting for him. And I told him, I said, look, I'll do whatever I can to help you be successful there.
And when you're at home watching these games, how emotionally invested are you in an Ohio State basketball game on television?
Like I said, it was like the pressure was off. You just sort of kick back and watch, and I didn't see Ohio State a ton this year. I had a lot of stuff going on. Spent a lot of time in Florida too, but like I said, I was just happy to see them playing hard. I was happy to see them winning.
There were obviously a lot of chatter about you toward the end of the season at potential jobs. Just where do things stand with you and possibly getting back into coaching?
I don't know. The situations I was involved with this spring just weren't right. The time wasn't right for me, I didn't think. From where my family is and that sort of thing. It's probably the first time I've never made a selfish decision, which I'm proud of. But, for the most part, it was just if the right thing would come along, maybe I'd look at it. But we'll see what the future holds.
When you were watching the games on TV, did you find yourself missing coaching at all?
No, I was laughing my ass off. I became the guy that coaches would call from 11 to 1 in the morning after a game, and they would say, you're not going to believe what happened, mate. I'm like, No, I do. I live that too. And they're like, well, how about this in the locker room? I said, no, seen that one too. And but no, I think from that perspective, the competitive edge and that sort of thing, it felt good to be removed from it, to be honest with you. But I stayed very connected in terms of a lot of different coaches I talked to. So from that, I was tied into what was going on.
Do you want to coach again?
I don't know. Like I said, if it's the right situation for not only me but my family, and just something that I would be dying to get to, I think that would be what would probably pull me back into it.
Are you reflective at all as you watch basketball games? Do you reflect back on your time here or your time anytime in college basketball?
You know what? It's funny. When I was moving, I was cleaning my office out of my house, and I called my wife in one night and I said, I accomplished quite a bit as a coach. I had no idea. I mean, and just from the standpoint of going through everything, getting rid of stuff and keeping stuff. And so, yeah, I reflected a little bit, but I will say this, in coaching, when you're coaching, you always remember the losses, you don't remember the wins. When you get out, you don't remember the losses, you only remember the wins. And so from that side of things, it was good, but not once did I say, man, I wish I was back there, and which was a good thing.
You mentioned talking to Chris. How much were you engaged with some of the former players like Jay, Sean, Kate, and then throughout this past season? And did they reach out to you?
Yeah, a little bit. I wanted to be removed. Strictly from the standpoint of this was their last go round, and hey, Chris, they got a new coach, a new voice, and I really didn't want to be in their ears. I wanted them thinking about one thing, and that was playing their best basketball.
But when they reach out to you and they ask for your advice, how do you strike a balance, I guess, between wanting to stay removed and giving the kids your advice?
Well, on something like that, I'd never turn away any former player, helping them in terms of what they need at that moment or whatever. I'll bend over backwards.
The last time we talked about you talked about trying to feel better. How is that process going? Are you feeling physically?
God, I feel great. I haven't felt like this in 10 years.
Just from not having to be out and about?
Well, I think what I found is stress is real.
Okay.
There's no question about it. It's a legit disease. And, just from the standpoint of in retirement, you sleep till you're tired of sleeping. You wake up and start your day, and away you go. And but no, I think being able to sleep through the night and God, just wake up and be in a good mood. I told somebody I hadn't woke up in a good mood in like 18 years. That's what coaching is. You can't be happy.
Even in the good times, like even when things were rolling, you guys are going to the Final Four and stuff. Like you still.
No, you're still on edge.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I come to the conclusion this year, a successful coach you got to be mad about something. You've got to be okay. How do we screw up somebody's recruiting? How do we whatever? And to remove yourself from that, it's like, whew, feels good.
And especially just watching the team or watching basketball, just watching what's happened in the sport since you've been gone. What is?
Still, first thing I do every morning, I get up and I check my phone to see if there's any more information coming out, because I know everything.
Anything you want to share?
No, I can't do that. But,
How about those guys, huh?
Oh my God!
Fair.
Unbelievable.
Coach, you ready?
Yep, I appreciate it, guys.